Today, we're going to start the stock market series where I would be monitoring this market and I will be sharing a lot of screens with you when we will be tracking the market as it goes. There are lots and lots of YouTube videos which provide you this information in terms of what happened in the market, what could have been done, and all of that, they're all observations in the hillside. But in today's, we will be tracking the market in terms of what steps we need to keep in mind. How do we track the market? Because the market sometimes is extremely unbelievable. I'm sure most of you would have experienced this situation where you might have sold a big lot for a price, and then probably you start realizing that after you sold, the stock prices went down, or probably you bought some stocks and within a few minutes without the stocks going up, the prices have gone down. A lot of such issues keep happening, and especially people who are in this business of intraday trading or people who trade in options, especially with huge lots. And especially there are lots and lots of people who do take up naked positions. They are all extremely risky, but at the same time, wherever the risks are high, we all know that the profits are also too high. I know a lot of guys in Gujarat who have made billions, crores and crores of rupees by dealing with naked options. So the point is not whether we should trade in naked options or not. The point is what kind of skill levels we need to have in order to play that game and play that game successfully. A lot of lessons emerge out of that. And these are lessons that cannot be taught in a training session like this. And for you to understand those sessions, it's necessary you sit in front of the computer and play that game yourself. And it is my own experience that many a times when people do paper trading, they don't learn much, because in paper trading, if you lose 1 lakh rupees, it doesn't pinch you at all. And whenever things don't pinch you, you don't learn the right lessons. You might get 3 lakh rupees. That might give you that, overconfidence that you will take up certain risky positions and you will eventually lose. A lot of lessons keep emerging from that, and playing the stock options, stock market, especially doing option trading, is like playing football. No coach in the world can make you sit in a classroom, put up a PPT point, and then tell you how you should play. Certain broad guidelines are provided, but it is when you learn the game, you pick up those skills, you pick up those nuances, and not one, there are 1 million ways of doing things. It's like a chessboard. All of you understand that one move in the chessboard changes the complete dynamics of the game. That's typically what we are going to talk about. Okay, guys, so without much ado, we are going straight into it. Let me share the screen with you. For example, if you look at today's Nifty, it's been sitting at in the morning, it was a gap down kind of an opening. And if you look at these 5-minute candles, we started with 17,531, which was a gap down, because yesterday the market closed at somewhere around 17,608. It closed. And today in the morning when it opened, it was a shocking opening of 17,319. And I'm sure those of you who have sold put options at this price, I'm sure they would have lost heavily in that, but nothing to be perturbed. The market went up at somewhere around 11 o'clock. It peaked up to somewhere around 17,500, and then there was a fall, and now the market has slightly picked up. Now we are catching on from here. And if you look at this 50 days, not 50 days, it's the 50 candles. Look at, always people do this mistake. If you put this 5-minute candle here, can you see this? This is that 5-minute candle. When you look at this 5-minute candle, what typically happens is when you see this 30, can you see this 30 here? 30 Bollinger Bands, when you can see that 30, it talks about the last 30 candles. So typically, if you want to understand the time period, it is 30 multiplied by 5 minutes. So how many 5 minutes are there in 1 hour? Approximately have 60 divided by 5 is approximately 12, right? So typically, if you look at this, it's for the last 2.5 hours. This has been an average. So it's been averaging somewhere at around 17,000 494. Now it's slightly picking up, right? Can you see this green candle right here? We're going to talk about that. Green candle. This place is what I'm talking about. Now, how do you know whether the market will go up or go down? There are certain factors that you should keep in mind. Now, this is, I'm working on this sensible, and I've drawn the various resistance and support lines, these lines that you see in yellow are the resistance lines. And those of you who know little about the stock market, you also understand. Just a minute, let me slightly make a correction here. It's still at 94 and 97. If you can see that, I have 650 lots, sorry, 650 quantity, which means 50 per lot works out to approximately 13 lots for 17,800 CE, expiring on the 14th of November. In fact, I want to sell that for 97 rupees, and let's see how it pans out. So if you once again go back to this graph, what is happening is the market is going. So how do we know whether it will go up? Can you see the small red candle which is coming up here? So how do you know whether it will come down or go up? Now let's go to these views. If you can go to these displays, we will look at here is the Bollinger Band. You can see these two. The Bollinger, which is a standard deviation, it talks about two standard deviations up and down. Now it's slightly going down. We are not very sure whether it will go up or not. Now you can see one of the things that I normally do is, we all know that the bank Nifty constitutes somewhere around 40% of the weightage of Nifty index. So the best thing to go is to go to Nifty Bank and look at Nifty Bank. Where is it? It's slightly heading down. Did you see this candle? This candle. So when it comes down, probably the effect of this, the 40% effect of this is felt on the Nifty also, which is what we are seeing. So how about the others? Others one, probably 40% is your bank index. All of that has been captured. 10% is Reliance, right? So let's go and look at Reliance. What is happening? Reliance is also going down, which is one of the reasons for this Nifty to fall. And the next one is HDFC. If you look at HDFC, that's slightly supporting the market. If you can see that, that slightly go up. So Reliance, HDFC is approximately 10, 11, 12%. That is giving, but at the same time, your Reliance is not supporting as it was supporting in the last few hours. Can you see this sudden drop in candle? So we need to see how the Reliance will pan up in the coming hours. You can see it down, a big kind of a candle here. Can you see this? This is a very risky kind of a candle. Can you see this? We're not very sure where this will end, but we need to wait for a confirmation candle. This will have a 10% effect, not much, 10%, but of course, 10% effect is quite significant, and we need to look at how this will pan out. And if you go once again back to Nifty Bank, is also slightly coming down after hitting 37,207. It has started falling down. So which is one of the reasons why the Nifty is also falling down. Right, guys, there are no hard and fast rules, but Nifty, as we said, it's been maintaining this range of approximately 17,500 quite a while. And let me look at my own order position, which is 92 and 97. Many a times I have another option which is left for in a different account. Let us check what is happening there. Here, if you see, I have placed it at 100 price, which means I would expect the prices to go from 93 to 100, which is 7 rupees more. So 7 rupees means 757 are somewhere around 4,900, 5,500 approximately. Guys, very important thing is when you play the stock market, every time you can't be sitting with your calculator, because fast decisions have to be made once in a while, and it is necessary. You should be very quick in calculating with your mind. That is extremely important. Once again, let us see where we have come back to Nifty. Nifty is still holding on to 17,500, but let us see, there is a very strong resistance at this level. So let us see whether it is able to take on this particular place. This is a support level, and we can hope that this support increases there is a support at this level, and once again, it starts going up. Now, if you look at the next candle, which is emerging here, you can see this green candle. So remember what I said, when you look at these kind of green candles, you should quickly look at what is happening on the bank nifty, because every time when you want to check up things, when you want to place a stop loss, or when you want to book profits, put a certain limit, we should always look at what is happening on the nifty, because bank nifty constitutes more than 40% of the total index here. So obviously we'll find that the bank nifty is going down 40%. But in spite of that, that's probably the reason why the nifty has come down by 10 points. How much has this come down here? It's come down from 210 to 096, so which is a fall of 100 points, right? Which is clearly reflected in your nifty, which is a fall from 500 to 483. You can see this loss. Now quickly go and look at what is happening on the Reliance. The Reliance was also falling down. Effect is clearly seen. 10% of this effect is clearly seen in the nifty. Let us look at HDFC, which was supporting the market slightly. It has gone down with respect to its opening figures of 1.93. It has dropped down, but let's see momentarily, though not very significant, that has also started, and that's slightly going up, but this 10% support is not doing much if you compare it with your hit as far as the bank nifty and the Reliance is concerned, and that's where the nifty is taking a hit. But let's wait for a little more while. Let us see whether this 17,500 is able to offer some kind of a support before we take a decision. But for all practical purposes, we need to keep in mind it is pertinent, it is advisable to square off your positions somewhere between 130 and 2. That's what most of the market experts do that. Professional traders who are into intraday trading, they always close their positions between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, because the market becomes too much volatile after that. Now the market is holding on to that 14,000, 17,500 range, and let's look for this confirmation candle. Well, the confirmation candle is extremely important, guys, because many a times people get into this kind of hasty decisions because they don't look at the confirmation candle. When they see the market going down, immediately they start taking decisions on the basis of that particular candle. But many a times what happens is that is just a blip on the screen. This is what is called as blip on the screen, nothing else. Blip means you cannot expect that to be consistent, or you cannot take decisions on the basis of those blips on the radar, because it goes in and then it comes down for a long time. So we need to look at this consistency. And one way of looking at consistency is to look for a confirmation candle. So if you can look at it's forming kind of a dodgy pattern here, and we will wait. The time now is 44 and we are on a 5-minute candle. So we need to see what happens in the next minute before we take a decision, whether it's going to come down or it's going to go up. Now the trend is slightly downwards. Let's see why is that happening? Is it because of the nifty? What is happening on the nifty? If you look at it, remember it was 0.8, now it's come down to 0.7. Definitely that must be going down. But there is a chance for that, because that's going and trying to hug the median here. If you look at it, this is the middle point, which is for the last 2.5 hours, it has been following this range of approximately 37,150 is the range that it's been following, and it's trying to cross that resistance. And let us see if it is able to do that. If it is able to do that, then you can see the nifty will once again cross 17,500 to much higher levels. That's where my interest also lies. Here it's 88. I want this to go to 97, which means 89 and 97. I literally want 8 gap here. So 8 twos are 16 and another half is around 4. I want the market to go up by 20 points. That is when I can have the target price of 97 premium for this option, that is 17,800 option, which is expiring on the 14th of the month. So that's my target. I give you a lot of examples in terms of how we need to work out the market. I'm sure Most of you watching this session may not understand. If you don't know options, put and call options completely, then you will not understand a head or tail of what I'm speaking to you. But I will be starting some training classes, basically a trainer, and I will be sparing some time for you to understand what this whole idea of option trading is about, and then we will go ahead from there. Now you can see it's holding on to that 17,500 range, and it's hugging this middle line. Can you see this middle line? This middle line is the line between two Bollinger bands, and we've already talked about standard deviation of 2. And this is for the last 30 candles. Remember, it's not 30 days. If, for example, if I put it as 1 day here, that is why the softwares are extremely important. This is 1 day software, right? So this will tell you in the last 30 days, how much has been the average. In the last 30 days, if you look at it, the average was 17,292, approximately 17,200 for the last 30 days. But if you look at the last 30 candles, keeping the idea of 5 minutes, then that is somewhere around 17,500, which is probably how in the last 30 days, the Nifty, the average was somewhere around 17,300. It's been remaining in that range, and today it's 17,500, which is 200 points up from that. It's hugging to that line, and once again we can see the probability. What is this probability? It is hugging the same line, which is crossing 493. And then once again, let's look at the Bank Nifty. As I said, what is Bank Nifty doing? Bank Nifty slightly going down. Not a good good one. Good or bad depends on whether you have sold your call options or sold your put options. If you have sold your call options, then when the market goes down, it's good for you. But if you have sold your put options, then it's not good for you. So good or bad depends on the frame of reference, what situation you are in. Now look at Reliance. Reliance has started going up. Did you see that? This minute candle, it has, in the last 10 minutes, it has gone up from 2,518 to 2,800. You can see this big candle, right? So this is going to influence your Nifty. So probably Reliance is supporting Nifty, but Reliance is just 10%. Once again, if you go to Bank Nifty, that's slightly going down, especially starting 13:30 in the last 10-15 minutes. It's on the decline, and this is going to affect your Nifty a lot. So if you talk about yesterday's lowest point of yesterday, this is yesterday, and the lowest point of yesterday was 37,345, and today compared to that, we have not done well. In fact, Bank Nifty has come down, but now it's suddenly there was a rise in this particular candle between 1345 and this is 1350 candle. This is the candle starting at 1350, slight decline, but it's hugging to this place, this median for the last 4.5 hours. It's perfectly following that. You will find that even if it goes up, it will once again come down. But breakout is something that happens when it breaks this mold and goes up. All right, so let us continue for a little more time. What is happening, because I am very eager about, my position, which is here. So I will wait for this market to grow. Nifty, let's come back to Nifty, and you can see that upbeat. Let us see, even if it comes here, even if it comes to 515 or 520, I will, book my position. I will not wait more than that. So many a times we need to see how the market is panning out. You can, oh my God, in the last 10 minutes, you can see this coming down. But you can see the strong resistance at 17,490, and let's see how this resistance plays out, right? Once again, let's look at this. Always make it a point to look at Bank Nifty, and that is very clearly visible here. Let's see whether it's going up or it is coming down. And if it comes down, you have a strong support. We cannot call it as a support, at least temporary. You can say it's 37,055 is the support as far as the Bollinger Bands are concerned. It has a support. But if you look at the overall support, this has been supporting. Once it supported here, somewhere around here, 37,055. So somewhere in the 37 range, you can have, because it came here and once again it went up. So let us see whether the same thing, what is happening to Reliance. Reliance was up a little while back. So that's somehow saving the situation. The hit offered by your bank Nifty, that's being compensated by slight rise in Reliance. But understand, your soldiers are fighting all the time, but this particular soldier, Reliance, is not as strong as your enemy soldier. Your enemy soldier is your Nifty bank going down. We're talking about your Nifty bank going down. Let's see what's happening on that front. Is it maintaining that? We will look at the next candle, whether it's a lower low candle or a lower high candle. We will look at that. We will wait for a minute more. You need to be patient. So many a times people do things based on guts, and that is absolutely not accepted in the stock market, because guts, that's not going to lead you anywhere. I'm doing this video because a lot of people have requested me to put up the video in English. There are lots and lots of people who do Hindi videos who understand the whole thing. But I would like to start this in English for an educated audience who are not very good in understanding Hindi, especially in places like South India, your Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. Those guys who want to understand what is stock market trading, this is addressed for those people, right? So we will be doing such sessions in future, and let's see how things pan out. And as you can see, the Nifty has come down to 17,486. That's because Nifty, once again, you can see Nifty is playing havoc today, right? See this? We discussed that it was 37,128, but that's coming down. And this is how things are happening, and we will see. Okay. So this is how it is moving, right? I hope you are able to see that. And once again, the things have come down. We will find that the Nifty is going up now. There's something that has been holding on to this level. It's now started going up. That's probably because the Nifty bank has started moving up. I think so. There is a slight spike, and then let's look at Reliance. What is happening? Reliance is going up like anything. Wow. So probably that's one reason, why it is going up. What has happened to Reliance? There is a typical breakout here. Let's look at HDFC. HDFC is also going up, but not as much as Reliance is going. Of course, that also has a good, but now Reliance is slightly pulling down. But it's a question of overplay of too many factors. Reliance is going up like anything. Now look at, if the Nifty bank is also going up, we can expect Nifty slightly pulling up. Now we can expect this Nifty to go up, and let's see, this is the right time. It's 91, and you can find that we have placed this order at 97. The winds are blowing quite well here. Okay, this is how. So it's 53. Let us see whether it's able to make a move from here onwards. Right. So we will once again go back here and we will share this. Once again, we're going to see that. Can you see this spike? Once again, it's coming down. Just waiting for a big spike to happen in Nifty so that I can come up. See that? Just waiting for a spike, which can happen. A big spike here, maybe from 507 points. 20 points is what I was hoping to. So 517 is here, and it has to give a spike till here. A big spike till here. This is a very good way of, now we will see. Once again, it is at 508, and let us see the possibility of how the market will move. If you can look at this bank slightly started going up. You can see that it's breaking out from these levels. It crossing that Bollinger Band. We're talking about, remember, 5 minutes candle. It's trying to break this center point. And if you look at the other ones, which is Nifty, this is my way of doing business, and a lot of people have their own styles. Reliance has slightly, hit the top, and it's on the process of coming down. If anybody can sell things here, it's a good opportunity. I think it will come down to this place, 2530 and 2521. Yeah, it might come down. I think it's a good idea to sell this option and then wait for it to come down. Not a bad idea at all. But before that, I think we shouldn't do anything in haste. As I said, let's see the orders. I'm sure it would have gone slightly up, 91 and 97. This is 91 and 98, 91.8, and we will expect this to come where cross this point is what I'm eagerly waiting for. And when that happens, now it's selling at 91 rupees, and for that to move up to 100, it has to go up by 20 points, which I'm not sure if it will happen or not, but hopefully one is waiting, but with proper logics, right? Why do you think, why do you think this will hit this? There is a probability, and what is the reason for it? There are so many ways people can wait for the market to go up. One is out of hope, praying God, let the market. And second is, of course, luck is important everywhere in life, but along with that, have we done the proper analysis? Have we done the proper homework? That is what is important. Now, homework typically means, as I said, go back to Nifty, bank, what is happening temporarily. You can find that it's going up, it's crossing this line. And if we can hope this 129 to move up by 50 or 70 points and touching here, this will surely go up. And that moment is what we are waiting for. And there is a possibility. Looking at this red candle here, right? You're seeing that red candle. And let's also look at Reliance. What is happening? The last time when I saw, it went up and it was slightly coming down. Yes, that might affect, but that's just 10%. And once again, let us see what is happening on HDFC is now moving up. Look at HDFC. It started moving up. It's on the top point of the curve. And whenever you can't use that, because right from 1120, it's been now there is, you can expect a big move in HDFC going by this graph, right? Now, once again, let's go to orders and see it's 91.35. That typical moment is what everyone is waiting for. Once that moment happens, then yes, we are out of the game. Cannot expect it to keep on going. And tomorrow morning, I think on Monday morning, if there is a gap up, you will rake in good amount of money is what I would say at this point in time. You can see that moving up. See this. It's 511 already. You can see this, 511. It touched this. It's on the cross. But generally after the, it's difficult to cross this point. Look at this. 17,517 is a point which is slightly difficult to cross. But once it crosses, then we can hope a lot of things to happen from there on. Okay, guys, let's see how things work in our favor. And before we decide on some of these things, we need to be doubly sure that we are on the right path. Now it's hitting 530. It's on the up move. Look at Reliance. Is that going up? Has it started going up? Yes, Reliance has started going up. We can expect that in our favor. Now look at your HDFC, which is the next one. HDFC is also moving up. Wow, wow. You can surely expect. Nifty Bank was also going up. So nothing, we can wait for a little more time. And that is exactly why I'm waiting. It's 94.50. So another 2 points, 2 points. I can surely wait. 2 points is not a big thing. Then I think this trailing stop loss. So at this point of time, you can always relook your targets and 650. I think, is it better to come out or do we wait for a little more time? 520, look at that. Don't waste. 1,500 rupees is not a bad money. Oh, it's gone up like anything. 522. Now look at that candle. If it comes down, then I will square off the positions. Let us see whether it's able to hold on to that. We will wait for a confirmation candle. And here I think it's almost 93 point. Okay. But it's come down to 93.8. Do we need to be very greedy or can we hope that it will go up? I think it's going up. It's trying to cross that limit. 520. It's a cross. Once again, let's look at Nifty. This is how people play on the state market. Oh, slightly. Oh, Nifty is going up. Nifty Bank is going up. So you can hope something good will happen. Now it's a red candle. And once again, go to HDFC. What is happening at HDFC? Is it going up? Yes, it's slightly coming down. Once again at Reliance, a big candle. Oh, lovely. So there is still a chance. So hope for it. It's 92. There are also a lot of other shares, not just these three. I think we have missed a fine moment. Okay, let's see. But life is like that. Now it's come down. Okay, no problem. Let's see. It's gone up till here. This was 534. Now it's once again come down to 515. So that's a reduction of another 5 points. Right. And then what is Bank Nifty doing, which is the most important one. And Bank Nifty is also slightly coming down, and that's showing its effect. And one candle of Bank Nifty is enough for me to get things going. And let's see how it pans out. It's been in that range for quite a long time, and I think we can hope for something better to happen. Orders, it's 94. 3 rupees is 1,800 rupees. You don't want to lose 1,800 rupees, huh? Guy, greedy guy. Right. We have to look at the market, and now let us see. The moment it touches one candle is what I'm waiting for. One candle is what I'm waiting for. Where is it? It's going up. It's going up. Coming down. It's Nifty, and look at Reliance is also going up. There are other things supporting, not supporting it quite well. HDFC, let me see. HDFC is also going up. There's so many ways to play this market, as we say. Now coming back to Bank Nifty, we can hope that it goes up. I think it started coming down. What is happening to banks, we really don't know. Let's not be too greedy. I think a little bit of this, 91, it's come down to 91. Let us see how things move out from here on. 515 is a good one. I think we can't, I think we will wait for one more candle, and if it doesn't happen, the next candle, if it doesn't go up, then I'm going to sell all those and then see what best can be done for 518. Let's wait for it to go up, and I think it's on the increase, and then we need to concentrate on the other thing. Remember what I was talking about? We were actually talking about 522, 524. It's now typically gone back to 524. Wow. If it touches 530, then my stocks, I'm sure, will be executed. Wow. 525. A little bit of spike on the upside is what is required for me when these positions will go through. And then we have to focus on the other one, where I'm typically hoping for 3 points, which is 100. Oh, it's going. I think probably it might be hitting, coming close, 95.25. Wow, what a market it is. Good. Still, it's going up, and let me wait for this to cross. It's going up. Look at it. It's going up. 127. One strike is what I'm looking for, and if that happens, then my thing will get sold for 97 rupees, and then we can hope. That's a big move. Let's not be very greedy also, right? This is what time and again stock markets have been teaching us. And then one small spike is enough for me to get one rupee, and it's 94.55. See, that's the greed many a times. When it is hovering above this, if it's heading for, many a times it goes up like that and then comes down. That's a heavy resistance in the market, and you did a good thing by waiting for it. But I didn't do that because at that time the market was somewhere here. So I thought the market will go up, and it's doing that, right? Just waiting for it. And one more little candle, if it comes down, then I think not good to be too much greedy also. Let us see. Then we can focus on the other side, right? I think now you shouldn't wait. 92. But anyway, looking at these candles which have been on the upswing, at least in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 30 minutes, we can hope that it pulls up from here on, but we will wait for a confirmation candle and see how best we can surge forward in this direction. Because there are so many. 522, once again, it started going up. Let me see whether something better is happening here. It's going to once again 1930, and it's hitting that 523 band. I think we cannot play on it for a little more time. Whatever we get, I think it's pertinent to look at it. Slightly modify it as 95. Let's not be too greedy. This is what typically happens because many of us fall into this particular trap. So it's always advisable to look at this stock option game as a game of chess, because it's not just one factor. Like in a cricket game, there are a lot of factors at play: the wind speed, who is the other player who's bowling, what is his mood on that particular day, what is your mood on that particular day, the pitch, the ball, a lot of those things affect your playing. Likewise, even in a stock market, there are hundreds and hundreds of variables which affect the quality of your performance. This is a very important whenever you will find the market in this kind of a band, but this is not much. If it gets extended, if it in the range of 37,187 and 37,081, if it continues the range for some time, and then it will enlarge like this. It might go on the upside, it might go on the downside. Generally speaking, it will follow that trend. Generally speaking, always remember that there are no hard and fast rules as far as stock market is concerned.